Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving on the PJ Patterson Highway, which is a part of Highway 2000 project. Now it was announced recently that the toll authority inspected the roads and found that some issues occurred. The toll authority said they identified damage or theft to the perimeter fencing, faded road markings, damaged studs, poor visibility of road signs, and lack of management of green areas. So the Toll Authority of Jamaica reported these issues to the toll operators. And the toll operators in Jamaica are the Trans-Jamaica Highway and the Jamaica North-South Highway, and they are now in the process of fixing those issues that the Toll Authority highlighted. So today we're going to talk about, one, why is the Toll Authority telling these people to do all these things, and the whole toll system. Just explain how this whole toll system in Jamaica works and how it came about. So in Jamaica, we have two toll operators. Those are persons who collect toll on the highways. Although there are many toll plazas, it's two companies that operate them. Trans-Jamaica Highway operates the toll plazas on the east-west leg of Highway 2000. So between Kingston and Maypen, that road is operated by Trans-Jamaica Highway, and they collect the toll. Also, the Portmore Toll Plaza is operated by Trans-Jamaica Highway. From Kingston to Ocho Rios, that road is a toll road, and it's operated by the Jamaica North-South Highway, or Jamaica North-South Highway. So the reason for this is when these highways were being built, Highway 2000, it was a very expensive project and the Jamaican government could not finance it. So they went to a foreign company, a French company built this road we're on, and said, build a highway and we will give you permission to collect toll on the highway for 35 years to pay back for the cost of the highway. So the French company said yes, and they built a highway and they set up Trans-Jamaica Highway Company to collect the toll for the next 35 years. So the similar thing was done with the North-South Highway, or the Edward Seaga Highway that runs from Kingston to Ocho Rios. A Chinese company now said, we'll build a road and you give us a concession to collect toll on the road for 50 years and we will build a highway. So the Chinese company set up the Jamaica North-South Highway, and that is why you pay the toll to them. Now that concession was 50 years because the highway from Kingston to Ocho Rios was longer and that road had less traffic. So it would take them longer to make back the money to build the highway. So that was done, and the government set up the Toll Authority because before these companies came and this arrangement was done, tolls were not collected in Jamaica. So in 2002, the Toll Act was passed, and the Toll Act established the legal framework for the development, financing, construction, operation, and maintenance of the toll roads in Jamaica by the private sector. So remember now, these two companies, Trans-Jamaica Highway and Jamaica North-South Highway, are private companies. They are registered in Jamaica, but they are not part of the government. Okay, so under this act also, the Toll Authority was established. And the major functions of the Toll Authority are to regulate the operation and maintenance of the toll roads. So that is why the Toll Authority is telling these toll operators that their signs need to be fixed, the road needs to be fixed, etc. So the Toll Authority was given that power by the Toll Act of 2002. So don't think these companies just come, collect the toll and leave. They have certain obligations they have to fulfill also, stated in the contract. So one operation of the toll authority is to regulate the operation and maintenance of the toll roads. A second function is to monitor the compliance of the terms and conditions of the concession agreements. So basically, at the end of the concession agreement, these roads will belong to the Jamaican government. So until then, the French and the Chinese company, or the toll operators we should say, the Trans-Jamaica Highway and Jamaica North-South Highway, they have control of the roads. And an agreement was done, and it's a toll authority to make sure everybody is doing their part. And also, the toll authority advises the minister on matters regarding the toll roads in Jamaica. And all the concessionaires must apply to the toll authority for tariff increases. So these companies, the toll operators, cannot just wake up and say we are going to increase the toll. They have to apply to the toll authority for the rate increase. So everything is monitored and things. Now, the toll rates increase because of certain factors, but nonetheless they do increase. I think it's every year come June or July they are able to apply for a toll increase, but it's all stipulated in the contract. Everything is in writing. So it says the concessionaires must apply to the toll authority for traffic increases, and the increase will be based on the movements in the US Consumer Price Index, the CPI, and the Jamaican dollar exchange rate. Now, this Consumer Price Index, the US Consumer Price Index, that's bigger than us. CPI, I mean, I have no idea how that comes into play, but it is just an industry standard. So to simplify things, that's just a standard all the roads use around the world. And the Jamaica US dollar exchange rate, well, we know that. We see it every day when the dollar goes up and goes down and the price of goods. So remember now, these companies were given revenue guarantees. So it's not to say the government, if the toll, the money they collect from the toll falls below a certain level, the Jamaican government has to make up the difference, the revenue guarantee part, which is fine. I mean, back then to get the highways built, you had to work with certain things. So the Trans-Jamaica Highway, which operates the Kingston to Maypen leg, they have a concession for 35 years. So after 35 years, this road will belong to the Jamaican government. The Jamaica North-South Highway, their concession was 50 years, after which the road will belong to the Jamaican government. Now, I think the government did an excellent job with these agreements, because back then nobody was going to invest hundreds of millions of US dollars on a road in Jamaica. Since that first road was built, so many companies have come along with even better arrangements. So that had to be done for the first one to be built, but since then so many other projects have been done and the financing has been arranged differently. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's just an example. This video is just to give you an idea of how the whole toll thing came about in Jamaica, and why the toll authority came about, and what it does, and how it monitors these companies. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.